Welcome to Land Academy. I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth.
And sell it on the internet really fast.
We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show 2. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property.
Of all kinds, not just land.
For half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit.
Hello.
Welcome to our show today. In this episode, Jill and I talk about you and your computer, one of my favorite topics. After data, that is. Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Okay. Katrina asks, I purchased a property from a church. The church sent me a copy of their power of attorney with all the designated signers for the church. Well, that was nice.
Churches come up.
That was nice. That's funny. I used that example yesterday. I have to now send the deed to the county for recording. Do I have to send a copy of the power of attorney with the deed? I asked the county recorder and the assessor if they needed a copy, and the power of attorney told me, and I kid you not, I don't know. So good.
I don't know.
Oh, can someone please tell me if you're sending in your power of attorneys with your deeds to be recorded? I know. Pick me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you know what, Katrina? You are not alone in this interesting dilemma where I have where you actually know more than the person sitting in the chair at the county.
We talked about this yesterday.
Oh my gosh. So yes. So the answer is no, you don't need to send it in. Can you send it in and have it recorded at the same time? Yes, it's just going to pay extra recording fees for X more pages, but they're not really needed. What I would do, Katrina, that was really nice of them to send it to you, so I would hang on to that, have it for your records. Should it ever come up that maybe your seller wants to get title insurance someday and you can provide that document for them, and that'll help everybody out, and that's really nice.
Good advice.
Thank you. But no, all that's doing for you is proving to you that you're showing the names and the proper people are signing for it, and you're going to copy from that document how their names should be written and what their positions are with the church, because I brought properties from churches too. So that was a really good question. Do you have anything to add? I just took the ball and ran. Do you have anything to add, Jack?
No, it's great. No, I'm glad you did.
Good.
I agree completely with you, and I thought you were going to answer it differently, quite honestly, because there was a period when you just loved to send stacks of paper to the recorder. When I was in accounting, long time ago, one of the first jobs I had, actually, when I was still in high school, was an internal auditor, and my buddy's father owned this company, and he hired us so we could learn. It was actually a pretty cool experience. And so I got assigned to an internal audit team, and we went out and looked at these companies that they were running and owning. And I got an assignment, and I kicked ass. I mean, I really went above and beyond what I was supposed to do. And when we sat down to see the results of what I put together, the guy looked at me as my boss and said, how about next time you just give me what I want, like on time, not anything extra. Not less, not more, just what I asked you to do, just please do it. And that always stuck with me, because that's what this is here. You know, you have to fight the completeness of the deal, and just send the recorder the deed. They don't need a whole phone book. Sometimes
it confuses them too.
That's what I'm saying.
They're like, what? Yeah, why? Well, should I read this? Should I do something with this? Is this? It's like almost like you're making them think they need to do more work, and you don't want to do that.
Every time you send something to the recorder, you're interrupting them from eating the piece of cake that they're eating.
Jack,
you want to make that.
Jack.
You want to make that interruption as brief as possible.
Jack, you cannot say that.
Let them eat cake.
Oh my gosh, you can't. Jack, you cannot say that.
Why?
Oh, that's not good. No.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, reach out to either one of us on landinvestors.com. I know they're eating cake, Jill, because you send them cake.
And there is a reason why we don't let you talk to them anymore. Next.
Today's topic, you and your computer. This is the meat of the show. Like, when's the last time you've actually gone to visit a piece of property that we bought?
Oh, my gosh. Let's see. What year is this now?
I know.
No, you know how it goes. It's you and I traveling, and you're like, we used to own a bunch of that over there. And I'd say, oh, really? That's nice. This is pretty. So that's kind of it.
Exactly.
Oh, no, we don't have to do that anymore.
No, I think that my whole point to this is that you really, if you don't enjoy being on the computer, this is not going to work for you.
You know what notes I wrote down? I wrote down with this show is you need to have a love affair almost.
Yeah, that. You know what? That's a great way to put it.
With this whole process, this whole business, your computer, your office. If you're trying to do this, in your closet at night, because it's the only quiet place you can go with the kids and stuff, that's hard. You need to have a place to go and just get lost in it.
Yeah, you need to be pretty much obsessed with it and really not know why.
Exactly.
Eddie Van Halen's guitar comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, quote it for us, Jill. I love this. I love this saying.
The one I came up with is like, you have to, it was like a teaching thing. It's like you can teach someone to play a guitar, but you can't teach them to play it well or to be a good musician. You can't teach them to be Eddie Van Halen. Right. I can teach you scales and, whatever chords, I guess it is.
What I got, and you came up with this original Jill concept. You said one day, if Eddie Van Halen sits down with you and teaches you, shows you how to play the guitar for an hour, and then he leaves your house, and you can't play the guitar, is it his fault?
Exactly.
No, you gotta be into it and not even know why. And to replace that story in the guitar with your computer. Mm-hmm. It's a love affair. You're exactly right. Or
I love it.
Or something.
Yeah, this is not HGTV fun silliness. This is data, and you really gotta love it.
Right.
And you've gotta, if you're not comfortable with that, I get, this is our chance, I guess, to tell you, what this is really all about.
Right.
So you need to go into these things with your eyes wide open and with all the answers, and you need to you can't fall in love with a property, like you were saying, when was the last time I looked at one? I don't, I really don't. And I look at them all differently now. When I look on a map, in the beginning, it's very easy to go, oh, look at the cute little town. And, because all the photos you can get online about it, it's really easy to fall in love with a property and think it's cute and sweet and all that good stuff. But if you spend that much time on every property, it's going to take a lot of time.
Here's a funny story. So this is a lot of years ago, long before I met you. And I went to go look at some property down in Cochise County, Arizona. And there's a little town there. I can't remember the name of it, but I got out of the car, and it's right out of a postcard, a western town, and there's a tumbleweed going across the street, just like in a movie.
Yep.
And I went and I got the tumbleweed, and I put it in my car.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm like, I have a tumbleweed. And then,
what are you going to do with that?
So fast forward to 2 years, and I'm like, these tumbleweeds are a pain in the butt.
That's like me picking up the leaves in Michigan.
Exactly.
That's funny. Oh, no. That's cute. What was it? Somebody the other day, I can't remember who it was, one of our members on a call was saying, they were clearly going down that path, and we have to reel them back in, often and say, knock it off, you know too much,
Yeah.
And you're good at that, Jack. You're famous with, telling people, if you're getting that far into it, now, A, you just took how much more time. B, now you need to disclose all this stuff, and hang on a moment. Do you really want to be that kind of a salesperson? Do you want to just have 1,000 properties out there and just sit and watch the money come in and let them just check out? And that's what I choose.
Yeah, you don't want to ask a lot of questions about the property that you own.
Right. You don't really want to write, it'll just take, you don't really want to have the whole long thing that you've talked to the county on every property and, in all the ins and outs of all the zoning and what you can do and how long you can live there and what kind, does it have to be site built? I mean, now you're getting down to this, like, all right, hold on a moment, unless you want to, if this is a hobby for you, okay. And you like it, okay. But if this is a business for you, like us, you can't do that.
If you ask enough questions, you're going to find something wrong with anything.
Oh, yeah.
So why ask any questions at all?
It comes back to emotional and financial. The people who are buying these properties, the end user are buying them for emotional reasons. The people like us, we're buying them for financial reasons.
Yeah.
I don't really care what the sunset looks like standing on it facing west.
I caught myself being lazy recently. I'm like, yeah, I only want to do these deals that are easy and big, and there's like 100, at least 100 properties in there.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why, is that bad?
No, I've never been lazy about anything in my life.
Oh.
And it's just, I don't know, I'm not sure why that's happening. Like maybe it's age or I don't know.
You're right. This is the one area that you do put your foot down, that you will, that's funny. You just want to get it done and over with and move on.
Right.
And other things like stuff we're going to talk about next week, you want to get all into it and get all the answers. It's funny. Maybe because it's new.
I want to get in and out of a real estate deal absolutely as fast as possible. Speed is almost more important than money. Mm-hmm. And just keep churning it.
Well, even though I wasn't on the last week's member call, Luke brought up some good things along those lines.
Did you listen to that call?
I did the whole call.
Wow.
The rooster.
Gosh, Joe.
I was texting you. Yes, I listened and the rooster and everything. I was whole call. And Luke brought up some good points where he quickly also figured out, what kind of position I want to be in. And if I want to be volume, I got to, look at things a different way. And this is back to you and your computer.
Yep.
Volume, use your computer, do it right, be efficient.
Listener, this is why you're listening to this show instead of How to Flip Houses, because you don't have to touch the real estate.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with it.
Exactly.
So,
I tell you.
Put that extra time in and scale it, like Jill's really saying. This is so scalable, but you're going to do it in front of windows.
Right. I love the people that have come to us that have done flipping, and then they're like, oh, this is like, they get it quickly. And so many of them also said, I can't believe how much money I just made and how much money I lost, in the same amount of time over here doing that.
Flipping houses, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or renovating houses, I should say. Flipping houses is a great business. Renovating them is awful.
Exactly. That part. I think people think flipping and renovating are the same thing.
Right, so do I.
So
that's the HGTV.
Exactly. So yeah, but they are two different things. Depends on if you don't have to fix it up first.
Jill and I flip a lot of houses. We never see them ever.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are going to renovate them go say yes or no for us.
Mm-hmm. And we find them because Jack has a love affair with his computer.
That's right.
That's true.
Inefficient to leave your desk.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Exactly.
Join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. Do you have those sentences memorized yet?
Totally.
What are you doing right now? Are you...
I'm sitting at my desk.
Reading the newspaper or anything like that?
No, I'm all in. I'm all in, and I totally have it memorized. So, good. Yeah. What are you doing?
I just noticed that my mute button was on my preamp the whole time.
Oh.
But if you can hear me, it's going to be okay for some reason.
Okay, good. That's so funny. Oh my gosh, hilarious.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show.
We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land.
For half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.